last three episodes, we heard the business leaders and investment experts from asset management companies speak about the business impact and the investment outlook. People are at the center of this pandemic, and in this episode, we present insights from the HR leaders of the asset management industry on key learnings, their people strategy, and the emerging best practices post-COVID.
Technology is here to stay and it's really big. Organizations should not hesitate in investing in technology. As technology improves, the way we sold our products, distributed them, is going to dramatically change. So we should be ready. Number two, employee health and well-being is emerging as a top-notch area for organizations to consider and invest in it to ensure sustainable growth. Number three, there are managers and there are multiplier managers. The organization which will convert managers into multiplier managers will win the war of competition and create new frontiers in growth and investor value creation.
Change is constant and change is inevitable. You don't know in what form the change is coming, but the faster you are able to embrace that change and move forward with it, the more effective you are going to be. Second, nothing is impossible. We keep talking about so many ideas every day and we park those ideas because of different reasons, different constraints. We believe that those ideas are not for now and maybe we'll execute those ideas in future. But in a situation like this, when you are pushed in the corner, I think all of us were able to think out of the box and those ideas were executed in no time. Two most important things for any organization in these kind of crisis, I would like to state. One is resilience. I think resilient leadership helps you maneuver through such situations and look at newer opportunities. And second is be innovative.
I think I would segment it into three aspects. One is our partners or distributors, the second is our investors, and third is our employees. And I think it has taught us the way that we want to interact with these three segments of our stakeholders. Taught us that traditional ways will now not work in terms of if we need to do business going forward. If you look at the kind of volatility that is there in the market today, I think the way that we need to connect with our investors, we need to look at innovative ways to do that. The way that we used to engage with our partners and distributors, the traditional way of going and meeting and having a cup of coffee and then having a discussion, I think that's gone. We are now looking at in terms of how digitally we can engage. And that has given us a leverage to actually maybe penetrate more in terms of the distributor base.
I think it's very, very important learning that all the asset management companies need to have great focus on being agile. Companies should be able to anticipate such big disruptions and should be always ready for any such eventuality. And for that, you need to have very robust, business continuity plans in place. To have great IT infrastructure, including the tools for collaboration. The focus on people, health, well-being, and safety is something which has come to the fore. And this is going to remain like this for a long time.
We will have to revisit everything that we have done in the past, make the employees ready to adapt to the change, give them skills to be future ready. I think we'll have to create more leaders at the ground and empower them to bring this alignment. So I think that's going to be very, very important. Number two, building digital and innovative mindset. In the current situation where there are so many restrictions, so many social distancing norms, I think digital way of life is the way forward. Some work has happened in last 3 months, but there is lots to be done. I think even in the people strategy, technology will play a huge part in that sense. Third area is building a continuous learning culture. I think we are in a knowledge driven industry and learning is extremely important. In the current situation, a lot of it will happen virtually. Organization will have to keep on doing their part, but they will also have to nudge their employees to do things on their own. I think in the current environment, there is a lot of material available for employees to keep on upskilling them.
Brick and mortar expansion or headcount expansion is hard to come. That means people's strategy must consider that we need to invest in existing headcount to improve productivity. I think the formula of investing only in top performers is not going to work. Analogically, it's like aeroplane where every nut and bolt matters for a safe landing or a safe takeoff. So we will have to work with each and every person to ensure that our investors are taken care of and services is provided, organization work ethically and governance standards are met.
Focus primarily on how do you build the sales productivity side, because the fund side has already been taken care of and the MC has seen enough and more best practices there. I think sales practices and the way that the organization is going to establish those is going to define the culture of the organization and define the way that it is going to exit in FY21 and 22.
People's strategy is going to evolve a lot. Starting from the availability of talent pool, you may have access to far bigger talent pool because a lot of people can actually work out of their home, and not just that, people can work from anywhere. This will have significant impact on the roles in the organization and the organization structure in view of the massive digitization which is taking place across organizations. Organizations need to be far more agile, hence lesser number of layers must be there so that decision making can be far faster. The new charter very clearly requires us to be able to manage a virtual workforce, which was not so in the past for asset management companies. And at the same time, we need to really focus on making sure that organization is future ready. And for that, we need to get the right kind of talent with digital mindsets, get people who are ready and willing and keen to learn on the go at every point of time. And at the same time, we need to create systems and processes which will focus more on the output based evaluation rather than just input based evaluation.
HR and business leaders will have to work together to achieve new productivity levels for industry. Second is employee experience and positive psychology at workplace or work from home. Now, since we will have the ability to work from anywhere, this is going to be an extremely important aspect. Third is executive presence and ability to hold intelligent conversations. This requires tremendous investment in developing skills in the area of listening, empathy, and connecting with people.
I think engagement itself will be a paradigm shift in the current situation. Your engagement platforms will have to be built in such a way to deal with the virtual working situation. People manager role will completely change. They will have to go way beyond their normal engagement on work related matters. I think they will have to engage way beyond that, and that engagement has to be much more genuine. Communication will play a very large role as we move forward, and you will have to look at your communication policies. Last very important thing is looking at how you will celebrate success. You have to create those positive stories. You have to give stage to people who are doing well in the organization, and those stories obviously work as an inspiration for others to put in their extra efforts.
This is going to be an ever evolving situation, and you need to consistently change, train, retrain, learn, unlearn, and look at the way that you can provide different solutions at different stages. Because what we are seeing now, in 6 months' time, the things are going to change much more. The things can become better, the things can become worse. You never know in terms of what is going to happen. Hence, your strategy has to be a short term and a long term, both. But you have to now focus more in terms of keeping your people very solution focused. And that's going to be where an organization will be able to make a change or make a difference.